Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of a transgender dating app called Teadate with privacy powered by Verida. I'm Michael Osofsky, and this is what you're about to see. We're going to show how you can use Verida to do single sign-on. Then we're going to show how a transgender person could manage their pronouns in privacy. And lastly, we'll show secure messaging. First up, single sign-on. So, with single sign-on, a user would be able to come here and imagine this is a dating app that's running on a phone, but for demonstration purposes and prototyping, we've just got a system running on a web application. Okay, so this is an application configured on Verida called Teadate, and I'm currently logged in as Michael Osofsky, and so that just did a single sign-on to the application. You can see user is Michael Osofsky. I already have some matches. Awesome. So that is single sign-on. The second demonstration is we're going to show how a transgender person, could protect their privacy with regard to their pronouns. This is particularly important when a transgender person is perhaps going through their transition, and some people in their social network may know them as male, and some may know them as female, and they may be transitioning from one to the other. And with these kind of two separate identities, it's very important to make sure that their gender expression is revealed at the right time. So we're going to show how a user could keep their pronouns private, and Teadate has to request those pronouns from the user, so the user can control that information. So we're going to give an example of a user named Pesh. She's actually the co-founder of Teadate, and she founded Trans Models, the first transgender modeling agency. So we're going to log in as Pesh now. So you can see I'm changing the user here on this phone, so we can go ahead and do a single sign-on, just as I showed before. Okay, so to do a single sign-on, come in here and get our QR code, grant permission. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to use your imagination here a little bit. We need to imagine there's an interface for Pesh to come into Verida and on the Verida mobile app and set her gender pronouns on Verida. Now, in order to model this, we are just going to use an existing schema on Verida, which is for the COVID-19 test results. We're going to map the negative test result to he/him pronouns and the positive test result to she/her pronouns. Okay, so we're going to send a message. Oh, sorry, not send a message. We are going to send data. The type of data we're going to send is a test result, and I'm going to put Pesh's name. We'll leave her date of birth out of it. Not important. The important thing here is we want to say that she is positive, and that's going to signify just in our data that she's actually she/her. Okay. Okay, so once that's sent, then in Pesh's inbox, okay, she's receiving she's gonna put this on her phone now. So now you can see, let's see if we've accepted it. Oh, did we accept it? Okay, I guess we've accepted it. So now this information is securely stored in Verida on her phone. Okay, there's her test result. And again, it's positive, so we're going to have positive represent. We're going to map the word positive to the pronouns she, her on Teadate when Teadate requests this private information. So let's go now and request that private information. So Pesh is going to log in here. She's already logged in. See how it says pronouns here? Well, what we're going to do is refresh this browser page, and what's happening now is Teadate sent a message to Pesh. Okay. See? Teadate is now requesting Teadate for Pesh to share her pronouns. Okay. So Pesh has control over whether this information is shared. Of course, again, we're just using a COVID test result because that's the schema that was available in Verida, but just pretend it's really about gender pronouns. Okay, here's the big moment. She's going to share the information. Okay, so she's sharing the information, and voila, her gender pronouns appear as she, her. Alright, so that's a demonstration of how to do single sign-on and keep your gender pronouns private. For our last demonstration, we're going to do secure messaging. Okay, so let's come back over here and let's have Pesh send a message to Michael. So just for mock-up purposes, she's just gonna press that button right there, and then Michael will receive this message securely on Verida. So the message doesn't even have to reside on the distributed application of Teadate. Okay, so we'll look at Michael's messages, and looks like he's got a nice message from Teadate, from Pesh on Teadate. She says, "I love your eyes. Would you like to meet for coffee, tea, or, well, you can read it for yourself." So, that is our demonstration. Just to recap, is this a demonstration of Keynote? Alright, so that was a demonstration of how to build a secure dating experience for the transgender community, where we used single sign-on so to ensure that nobody could hack into Pesh's account or Michael's account because the credentials are securely stored on Verida. The pronouns, again, very important issue in the transgender community, particularly when somebody is transitioning. They want to make sure that they control who sees what pronouns. We showed how Pesh could store her pronouns on Verida, and then Teadate had to request permission for those pronouns, and then only could Teadate show that information. And lastly, we showed secure messaging, where the messaging between users actually happened on Verida, so for safety and security. So distributed application like Teadate didn't even have to hold on to any of that private um, private talk between two people. So that is Teadate. Please support our project. We are relaunching Teadate. We had shut it down for COVID, and now it's time to resurrect it, make it much better and much more private to meet the needs of the transgender community. Thank you.